Hi readers! Today I'm going to be doing the Booktuber Newbie Tag. Basically, I'm going to be answering a series of questions as a way for you to get to know me better. I honestly did not even know this was a thing until recently, so my bad. Really quick, my name is Chris. I do 1-minute book reviews and all sorts of bookish stuff. So let's jump in with question number 1, which is, why did I start this BookTube channel? And I have a two-part answer for this. The first is that I started this channel as a place to store all of my book reviews. I originally started doing my 1-minute book reviews over on Instagram, and I wanted a place that I could store all of them that would be easily accessible. So I chose YouTube. I also have a website, www.chrisreviews.com through Squarespace, and if you want to upload videos to Squarespace, you have to use either YouTube or Vimeo. At the time, I did a poll over on my Instagram stories, and everyone voted for YouTube, so that is why I started this YouTube channel back last year, 2020. And then, once I had the channel, I decided, well, hey, I don't want to just store videos here, I want to do new ones. So, my second reason for having this BookTube channel is basically just to talk more about the things that I love the most, which is books. So yes, just like everyone else, I want to talk about books and do more bookish things, so I'm so happy that I have this opportunity to expand my channel. Question number 2 is, what can I bring to the BookTube community? Again, I kind of have a two-part answer for this question. Number 1 is that I do feel like a lot of booktubers tend to be on the younger side. And since I am almost 40, that just means that I've had more time to read than some other people. So I've had more time to really figure out the types of books that I like and why I like them, and the types of books I don't like and why. So I'm hoping that my age and experience can help bring some new perspective to some popular and hype books. Second, I do have a bunch of ferrets running around, and who doesn't like that? If you follow me over on Instagram, you've already met my little business here, but I currently have 4 rescue ferrets: Jack, Oscar, Meepers, and Snowball. And this is my other girl, Snowball. She's a little old lady. Say hi, Snowball. Oh, thank you. She's very sweet, but also very bitey, so. All right. Question number 3 is, what am I most excited for? I am most excited just to talk to more people about books. I knew that there had to be other people out there that liked these same type of things that I liked, but honestly, I was not prepared for the amount of people out there that love to read and love books, and honestly, it continues to amaze me every single day. I've met so many amazing people over on my Bookstagram, over on Instagram, and I hope to continue to meet more amazing people here on BookTube. I mean, I am totally convinced that anyone that is a reader is a good person, and I just want to fill my life with more good people. Question number 4 is, why do you love reading? This is such a simple question, but yet so hard to explain. For me, I am one of those people that has been reading my entire life. So my mother read to me as a baby. I grew up reading the Mercer Mayer books, Berenstain Bears, Dr. Seuss. I moved on to Babysitter's Club, great illustrated classics, Goosebumps. I mean, you name it. Harry Potter, you get the idea. So the thing is, there was never a time in my life that I wasn't reading. So to me, reading is a part of who I am. It defines me as a person. And sure, sometimes I read to escape, sometimes I read to laugh, sometimes I read to cry, but at the end of the day, I read because it is the one thing that I love more than anything else, and it completes me. You, books. You complete me. Question number 5 is, what series got you into reading? So as I just mentioned in the last question, because I've been reading for so long, there's not really one series that got me into reading. Like I said, I started with Mercer Mayer and the Berenstain Bear books. And when I read those books, like, I wanted to read all of them. So I've always been that type of person that once I had one, I wanted to read them all. Once I started reading Goosebumps, I wanted to read them all. Once I started reading those great illustrated classics, I wanted to read them all. And I will say Babysitter's Club, Sweet Valley High, because those series had so many books, maybe that helped. Definitely Harry Potter, that played a big part in my younger years. But I was into reading way before any of that. So it's really hard to pinpoint an exact series. I will say, though, that the Sweet Valley High series was really good because it started as Sweet Valley High and evolved into Sweet Valley University. So I think that helped me transition from books for younger readers into the kind of YA genre. Even though there wasn't a defined YA genre when I was growing up, I think that still kind of helped transition me into books for more mature stories, if that makes sense. Question number 6 is, what challenges do you see yourself having as a booktuber? So for me, I am just a small booktuber, obviously, and I'm in a small apartment, and I'm just using my phone. So even though I want to have the brightest videos with the best audio and all the bells and whistles, that's just not a reality at this moment. And again, small apartment, I don't have a lot of natural lighting in here, and I have a limited amount of space. I also live with other people, my family, so finding the right time of day to film in the right spot that isn't going to inconvenience anyone that I live with is challenging. But that is why I have kind of come up with the posting schedule that I currently have, which is Sunday, Wednesday, sometimes Friday. So far this year, I've been pretty good at keeping consistent to that, but that could change at any moment because you just never know what life is gonna throw at you. So thank you everyone in advance for being patient with me. Question number 7 is, where do I read? For me, I do most of my reading in my bed. Literally the first thing that I do every morning is I wake up, I make myself a cup of coffee, I give Jack his morning treat, and then I settle down and crack open a book. I try to spend anywhere from 1 to 2 hours reading straight while I drink my coffee, and of course this depends on what I have to do for the day. Every once in a while, I will read in the evening as well. I'll keep a book near me if I'm watching TV, and I'll read a little bit during my commercial breaks. So like on Mondays when I'm watching The Bachelor, I'll flip through my book during commercials, because I mean, who really watches commercials anymore? Am I right? Finally, question number 8 is, what types of books do I read? Well, I really do try to read a little bit of everything. I am one of those multiple book readers, so I'm always reading at least 5, sometimes up to 10 books at once, which might sound crazy. It does mean that I may not finish books as quickly as some other people, but I like having the variety in my reading schedule. But no matter how many books I'm reading, there are certain genres that you will always find in my reading pile. And those are adult fantasy, YA fantasy, more YA fantasy, historical fiction I've really gotten into in the recent years, Stephen King. I'm on a journey to read all Stephen King books, and then books for younger readers, because there's so many great series and I want to try and read them all. So yes, this year in particular, one of my goals was to try and actually diversify my reading pile. So reading books both written by and books about diverse authors and characters. So that is one thing that I'm trying to do with my currently reading pile. If you would like to recommend a book for me to read, which I would love for anyone to do, please either leave a comment below or come over and find me on Instagram and send me a DM, because I am always adding new books to my pile that viewers like you have recommended to me. So those are all of my questions for today. I hope you had a good time learning a little bit more about me and about my channel. I can't wait to talk more books with you soon. If you like this type of video, the tag type of video, give it a thumbs up so I know what to do more. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. As I said, I'm working on new videos Sundays, Wednesdays, and sometimes on Fridays. All right, everyone, happy reading. End credit scene. This is Meepers, one of my ferrets who decided to wake up and come over because she heard that there were treats happening. So say hello to everyone, Meeps, and have your treat. Bye, everyone.